Yes. The reporting responsibilities staff, yes, are expected to report every instance of suspected child abuse or neglect. Since protection is the paramount concern, staff should discuss any suspected evidence, yes, with the principal or nurse regarding of whether the condition is listed among the indicators of abuse or neglect. Now, when I email the police department, yes, civil rights coordinators, yes, superintendents of schools and principals, yes, and I document the use of forgery right now, they seem to not suspect child abuse even though the petitioner didn't appear in court. Yeah. For some reason, she didn't want the protection order. Yes. See, they don't suspect child abuse when you don't give the actual father any notice of court hearings. Yes. They don't suspect child abuse when you motion for a default dissolution of marriage after I responded. Yes. There seems to be no suspecting of child abuse. Mm. Your mother had a friend on Guam that when she returned to the Guma San Jose, she had explained to me that she asked her, would you like a cup of joe? And then she said, would you like some sweetener in it? She said, load me up. And when she got back to the homeless shelter, it seemed to me that she was experiencing some euphoria. Yeah. Now, oh, I wasn't the drug user. No, I wasn't the drinker. I wasn't unfaithful in the relationship. Yes. I wasn't in the family. I had no illuminatist, yes, wants or needs. Now, this Child Protective Services, the Department of Social and Health Services, yes, I emailed them. In fact, I emailed them today. You know, if you're an employee of CPS, and I know who you are, yes, you're going to want to be on house arrest for approximately 2 years. There are certain needs of Child Protective Services, yes, and I want to know every employee of CPS that has any knowledge, yes, of the knowingly kidnapping of the children of a high net worth individual. Yes. Now, it's a Class A felony kidnapping. Yes. If it wasn't the Class B felony of wanting custody without any due process. And it's a Class A felony aggravated kidnapping, especially if it involves the kidnapping of the children of a high net worth individual. Yes. And that doesn't mean the use of drugs. That means that I'm a very wealthy man. Yes. So wealthy. So wealthy. Now, Sheriff, um, as you look at the actual documentation, yes, when responding to the dissolution of marriage, yes, I never got any notice of any of the court hearings. No. I never received any of the documentation. No. I didn't get a decree of the dissolution. Yes. The actual marriage certificate was issued from the United Nations right now. And the stipulation and order from Guam, yes, would have required the state of Washington to acknowledge the United Nations marriage certificate. You gave my sons to a woman that was using drugs on Guam, yes, and could have been using drugs during the whole marriage, yes. Now, unfortunately, yes, it looks like that you just did not want to recognize the signs of drug use. Mm. Yeah, I didn't use any illegal products, Ooch, but my wife did. And one of the things that I had realized when I asked the individual at the Guam, yes, Homeschool Association, was that I did not want you providing any drugs, yes, to any member of my family. Now, so I'm going to want you to enforce child abuse laws. Hmm. And I want you to do it right now. Then I'm going to sue CPS, yes, DSHS, crisis responders. You get me every employee of every state of the United States that somehow thinks that it's okay to use forgeries of Heidi Lee Budner, pay for shows where Paul was arrested because of your